This is in New York. White neighbor and German Shepherd owning woman holds down a prominent Black doctor and their dinner party guest in a plush New York City suburb because they were too loud. So Dr. Duroseau is known for being the first physician in the US to receive the COVID vaccine back in 2020. So the Black doctor in New York and his wife, they were having a dinner party, about 15 guests, when an unidentified white woman showed up in a large menacing German Shepherd and demanded that the music playing in the backyard be turned down. The narrative is that she asked it to be turned down. All the guests were Black or Latino, except for one individual. So at 9:50 p.m., this is your background, the party was actually winding down. So the party was dispersing. The female defendant, known as Jane Doe, entered the home uninvited, just walked in. Walked in with a large German Shepherd. That's a threat. I know some people that would have shot that person right there. But I digress. And demanded that the music playing in the backyard be turned down. That's according to the lawsuit. So the good doctor told the woman in the party that it would be ending soon and requested that she leave his property. He requested, hey, ma'am, do you mind walking outside of my home? Before he returned to his yard to continue socializing. According to a civil lawsuit filed by the doctor, when the party did not end, the white neighbor grabbed his backyard hose and started soaking the guest, creating a scene reminiscent of the 1960s Birmingham, Alabama, when white law enforcement officers used fire hoses to assault and batter African Americans participating in civil rights demonstrations in an attempt to get them to comply and disperse, the complaint states. The suit alleges that Rosebrock increased the pressure of the hose during the alleged attack so that it was extremely powerful and stinging in nature. The guests remained deeply scarred by the alleged ordeal and were made to feel less than human. All right, let's put up the community to get an idea of area. So the complaint also states that the neighbor, Marcus Rosebrock, turned the hose on the guest again and again until they were drenched and thoroughly humiliated. The doctor's suit claims, among other things, that Rosebrock violated their civil rights under Title VIII of the New York City Administrative Code, alleging he interfered with their rights. And I agree, actually. The couple, they have not held a backyard event since the incident and have essentially become prisoners in their own home. Yves and Claude Duroseau, along with all 15 guests, the caterer, the chef, are now demanding that Rosebrock fork over undetermined monetary damages for the mental anguish and emotional distress. They say he and the dog lady, who is identified in the complaint as Jane Doe, caused them. All right? That's criminal assault. All right? We should have a mug shot, not just a civil suit. Just so you know, Doc, the statute of limitation in your jurisdiction is 2 years, just in case. Any one of you 15 folk want to press charges, every one of you have the authority to do so. Isn't that something? Takes the water hose, turns it up full power, and decides to do this to a group of individuals. Sharon, thoughts?
Yeah, and I think this wasn't about the music. He knew exactly who lived there, accomplished Black people. He knew that they were sophisticated, leading in their fields, important, so to speak. Not that it matters. This is racist conduct, and it deserves, as you said, for people to have mugshots and have been carried off in cuffs. I was looking up the age of the accused perp, Rosebrock, I think you said, Doc. Yeah. Only 48. Otherwise, I would say, check his history. Was he in Selma? Was he on the Pettus Bridge that day using the hoses there? That's what they did.
Who in the hell would think to do something like that to a neighbor?
Racist. Yeah.
Good gracious. All right. We will bring you updates as they come. Like I said, I hope somebody presses charges. That's a criminal act.